Today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be talking about two of Aaron Terence Hughes' fragrances. Someone dropped a comment down saying, I think they said they was either looking into buying Blue Fever or Supernova, and what were the differences. And I'm going to try and explain them differences today. There's going to be a little bit of back and forth, so if I do lose you, I do apologise. But today I'm going to be talking about Supernova and Blue Fever. This is going to be a little bit of a comparison review. If you're interested, stay tuned. What is good, YouTube? Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne and I'm going to be the host for today. That is right, I'm doing a little bit of a comparison review, a little bit of fun, nothing serious. This channel isn't about negativity, it's about positive things, it's about great fragrances, it's about a fragrance community coming together. I want to put you lot onto great smelling fragrances. So this channel isn't about me, it's about you lot, it's about all of us. So I'm going to be talking about Blue Fever, which is one of Aaron Terence Hughes' newest releases, and Supernova, which was a 2023 release, which he released for summer, and it was a summer hit. I mean, it was getting sold out week after week, and literally within a minute or two, when he restocked, a minute or two, it'd be gone. A week later, a minute or two, it'll be gone again. And when you wear these separately, it's harder to tell the differences, but they're definitely different fragrances. It's not redundant to have both. I don't mean it like that. But when you wear them on their own, you're like, yeah, they're both citrusy, they're a little bit juicy. But when you do side-by-side comparisons, man, it makes the world of difference. It really does. What I'm going to do is quickly, I'm just going to read you the notes of both, and then I'm just going to talk about both of the fragrances in general. But before I do get going, if you do enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button. It is completely free. Always press the bell because it will notify you when I drop a review at a later date. And quickly, I have a code for you lot. If you're interested in any fragrances from the House of Unique Luxury, go over to their website. Where it says discount code, put in Mikey-Kute23. That will give you 15% off your order. I don't know, no money. The code is there for you lot to save yourself some dough. And if you live in the UK and you're after any samples, check out Small Aromas. Right, I'm going to get going. First off, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you have tried or you own these fragrances, what do you think of these fragrances? There is no doubt about it. They are both mass appeal monsters. They are both easy to wear. They both smell great. They're of high quality. Blue Fever is a more blue starter fragrance. And Supernova, well, this is very juicy. It is. When you put it on first, I'm going to get carried away. Let me read you the notes. Right. Let me read you the notes of Supernova first. You've got Italian bergamot, mandarin and orange, grapefruit, sea notes, apple, pineapple, oak moss, patchouli, ginger, ambergris and musk. Now the notes of Blue Fever. You have lemon, mandarin, bergamot, amber, grapefruit, green apple, lily of the valley, sea notes, oak moss, sandalwood, vetiver, patchouli, elemi resin and peppermint. Now, they both open up citrusy, but Supernova has this really mouth-watering, juicy quality to the fragrance. In the opening, you get the bergamot, you get the grapefruit. With Blue Fever, it's a little bit more pulpy, whereas with Supernova, the grapefruit is blending in with the fruit and it is juicy. It is slightly rindy, but this is a little bit more pulpy. And the openings are both bright, they're lively, they're zesty. But Blue Fever has, I think the woods are present near on straight away. And as this dries down, it does go quite woods heavy on my skin. and to my nose. They both have a fresh bit of spice. Right, when it comes to the fruity side of things, they're both citrusy, they're a little bit fruity. You do get that green apple that comes through with Blue Fever. It does add a little bit of a fruity twang to the fragrance, but that is as far as it goes. Whereas the apple and the pineapple in Supernova really do give this a fruity side. Nothing like Ebapura from Xerjoff, not full on fruity like that. But where you get the citrusy quality in Supernova, it also has a nice fruity side to it as well, and it's juicy. Now, Supernova sits more aquatic on my skin than Blue Fever. You do get a fresh aquatic tone in Blue Fever, but to me, Supernova, it's more heavy. It's a little bit salty, whereas with Blue Fever, I don't really get anything salty from this fragrance. Like I say, it's just like a fresh aquatic tone, minutely salty from Supernova, but the aquatics seem a little bit more amped up, like they are more present. Then you have the ginger in Supernova, which adds like this sparkly, zesty zing to the fragrance as it is drying down. With Blue Fever, you have the peppermint, you have the elemi resin. So this does have a spicy quality to the fragrance. But as these dry down, this is where they really start to separate. Blue Fever really does get like, it gets this warm bit of sweetness to the fragrance, and it starts to sit really heavy. I think that's the amber mixing in with the patchouli and the woods, because it does go more woodsy on my skin as it dries down, and it tends to sit heavier. Still has a fresh side to it, but more woodsy, and it's green as well. You have a green tone in Blue Fever. Now, when Supernova is going from mid to dry down, it always stays full on fresh. You do get a little bit of a woodsy touch, but because you've got the ginger in there, it keeps it bright, it keeps it zesty, and you've always got a little bit of that fruity, juicy quality to the fragrance, even in the dry down. Whereas in Blue Fever, that fizzles out as it dries down, because where the woods amp up, that little bit or that apple that you get, that slowly fizzles out. The citruses really do take a back seat in the dry down, and this is when it's a little bit spicy, woodsy, like I say, fresh, and very minutely aquatic and a little bit earthy. I do get earthy qualities from Supernova, but not as much as what I do with Blue Fever. All in all, this is fresh through and through. Zingy, lively, bright, happy, fun, playful. So is this. But this is like, I would say this is a darker version, not a darker version. I would say where this is the happy brother, always lively and up for a laugh. This is a little bit more serious. It tends to sit a little bit more heavier and darker and woodsier. Still always keeps a level of freshness into the fragrance and a little bit of sweetness. But I'm going to say it again, the woods and that earthy quality do tend to amp up a little bit on my skin. And like I say, this always keeps that fruity, juicy side alive. Even in the late dry down, it's there, it's just sitting in the back. I should also say as well, they both have a musky side, but Supernova does go musk heavy on my skin. But they are both clean musks in both fragrances. I know I was a little bit all over the place. I'm trying to explain it the best that I can. If you're looking for, occasions, you could wear these in the same occasions. They'd be great for spring, perfect for summer, all year round fragrances. You can wear them to the office. But I think Supernova has a little bit more of a playful side to it. Like a beach party vibe, a pool party vibe, or if you're going out for a few drinks and it's hot outside, it just has that playful, vibe. Whereas Blue Fever, to me, is a little bit more dressier. You can still dress it down, it'd be great in a white t-shirt. I just think that if you're wearing a nice shirt, a nice pair of trousers or a smart pair of shorts with some deck shoes or loafers, I think Blue Fever would go hand in hand with that attire. Whereas this, you could wear stupid hats, bright glasses, what lady, the old whistles hanging out the mouth, having a few drinks. Supernova gives off that type of vibe. Very playful. Right, longevity. They're about the same. I'm getting 7 to 8 hours out of both of them. To me, if I was to have to choose one, I would go with, personally, Supernova. I love that juicy quality that the fragrance has and keeps, and I love the way the ginger comes in, and the ginger never oversteps its mark, but you can tell that it's present, and it does have an earthy quality to it, but it's not as amped up as what it is in Blue Fever. Don't get me wrong, Blue Fever is a stunning fragrance. You can wear this anywhere, it is mass appeal, but I just like the juicy quality, or the more juicy quality that Supernova has to what Blue Fever has. Still has a little bit of a juicy side, but this is more fruity and juicy on my skin anyway. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. I do apologise again if I was all over the place. I'm trying to explain it how you lot can understand it. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. I will leave the link in the description for these fragrances, or to Aaron's website. I will leave the link for the Unique Luxury discount code, and I will leave the link down below for the Small Aromas website if you're interested in any samples. These are both extrait to parfum as well, and these are the 50 mls. Right, remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore. I didn't even really show you the bottles, look. Remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore, and I will see you lot on the next one. Cheers.